I'll give you a few minutes to come on. I know the drill. I'm actually 3 minutes early, which happens never. So I'm feeling good that it's Monday night and I'm 3 minutes early. And I'll explain why I'm early in just a minute. For those of you who are tuning in, hey, Bernadette. For those of you who are tuning in through Facebook, I have to remind you that the best way to watch this is through YouTube. So go to my YouTube channel, which is Intuitive Medium Deborah Hanlon on YouTube, and you can click subscribe. You'll get notified, and then I can interact and we can talk, chat talk through YouTube. So if you're hanging on through Facebook, that is totally fine. You can stay there. But if you have questions to ask, you can ask me directly through my YouTube channel. So hello, YouTubers. Don't forget to let me know both on Facebook and YouTube where you're tuning in from and if this is your first time ever joining me. So I have a bunch of screens going right now on my laptop here. I have all sorts of things going. So how is everyone? It's day number 4,000, whatever. Actually, I think it's 95,000 in quarantine. But every week phases start opening here in New York. So little by little things will start opening up. Everybody's on hey Bernadette, I'm glad to see you over here. It's just there are people who are all right, let's go, enough already. We need to get back to normal. And then there's people who are no, please don't let quarantine end. And I vacillate between the two given any moment. I will admit a secret today, and why I like quarantine is one, I haven't showered all day, and I never not shower, but I was like, why shower? I'm not leaving today. And so I didn't shower, and about noonish, maybe slightly before noon today, I realized that my yoga pants are on inside out and probably backwards. No, they're not backwards, but inside out. And I didn't fix them all day. Nope. I was like, honestly, it's just too much effort. I thought it's just too much. I don't feel like expending the effort to put them right side in. I already spent 6 hours of the day, or I got up at 7. So 5 hours of the day were already spent wearing them this way. And I figured I'm not going anywhere. And then I figured, as soon as I shower, I'll just put on a new pair and who cares? But then that declined because I didn't shower. So that's my secret on this Monday night, June 15th. In other breaking news, I heard through Facebook, thank you, Jessica, for posting, that TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Home Goods opened up today. But then I also heard from Jessica, heard through her Facebook page, that it wasn't true. They were not open. So I need some of you to let me know if, one, you actually went to a TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods today, and 2, which ones did you go to? And then 3, how was it? Was it very busy? Because I saw someone posting there was a line out the door. Lorraine told me, and then Jessica posted it. So Lorraine, if you're on here, thank you. And then I saw that Lorraine said the line was around the building, so she didn't get to go in. So I need the inside scoop as to specifically if Home Goods is open, but I'll take any of them just because I'm having withdrawal. Hello, Staten Island. Hello, Lori. And hey, Margie from Vegas. That's my cousin. Hey, Tom, I see you. I always think you're my son because it says love you, Mom. And I'm always like, oh, my son's tuning in and he's saying he loves me. And then I'm like, oh, no, that's right. That's Tom's account. So hello. Hey, Carolyn. I'm great and inside and out or out. Perfect. They were inside out all day today. I'm not even going to stand up to show you because take my word for it. Let's see. Grace said she thinks they opened up in New Jersey. Well, this person was up in Albany area. So let's see. I can't see over my laptop. Oh, Carol, my son works at Marshall's. Started back today in Middletown. Okay. This is good news. So I might need to make a trip. They were not open in New Jersey. I almost cried. See, everyone, women, I just need a trip around Home Goods. I need nothing for this house. I need nothing. But you all know it's like this therapeutic, oh, wow, I think I need potpourri. Even though I hate potpourri, all of a sudden I want potpourri and I need potpourri or some stupid container for it because it matches like a tiny little corner of my couch in a room that we don't even use. So I miss that. I miss that. I'm going to buy frames and I have no photos to put up. I have nothing. I don't need anything. I just want to go and look and touch and, you know, I'm a Taurus. We're very tactile. I need to like feel the material. I need to see it, that sort of thing. So, Lori was in New Jersey today. They're opening Monday, 6/22. So I guess next Monday, for those of you who are looking in New Jersey, they're opening on 6/22. But someone did post that I got sidetracked because someone said my hair looks nice. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second. We'll get to that too. Thank you, Jill. Thank you. But I saw it said June 15th, they're opening up. So maybe that was further north. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's not open in Poughkeepsie. Okay, Christmas tree shop was open in New Jersey. That line was around the building. We just want to get out and go shopping, right? Like just buy shit we don't. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to curse on YouTube. I've been so good too. We just want to go out and buy stuff we don't need, like some picnic table stuff for picnics that we can't legally have, but we're going to probably, maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, I want some like picnic table, outdoor dining stuff because why not? Why not? Oh, my goodness. So thank you for saying my hair looks nice, Jill. I tell you what, I have been taking a ton of biotin and I posted the drink. What was in the drink? The drink that I have been using. And it has done nothing for my nails, as I said last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. My nails don't grow, but I think that's a genetic deficiency that I have and all the women in my family have. Other than my maternal grandmother, she had great nails. We do not. I can't grow nails. I mean, I have now spent the last 3.5 months consuming massive amounts of calcium, magnesium, biotin, you name it. The nails are not growing. That's not going to happen. But the hair I'm liking, that's growing. It's growing. And my hairdresser, I don't know if Cindy's on here, but she said that, yes, my hair feels thicker and it's growing like crazy. So that's making me happy. And it's not even washed today, as I stated that I didn't shower. So that's the update in my world. Let's see what you guys are saying. Bamboo supplements make your nails grow like crazy. Marnie, do you know what this is going to do? Like halfway in here, if I just am like doing this on my phone, you guys, that just means I'm ordering bamboo supplements on Amazon because I need them now that I hear that. I have not heard about bamboo supplements. So I'll try it. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. Riddle me this, guys, ladies and gentlemen. How many of you who don't have nails that grow, you know who you are. How many of you get so excited when one nail looks like this? Where's my camera? It looks like that, right? That is so exciting to me. But then as soon as it looks nice, then it just tears on something and then they just whatever. But the nail beds look good. I have no moons anymore on my nails. This is an improvement, but they're stubs. They will not grow. And I can't wait for nail salons to open. Oh my gosh. See, Margie, you too. So it's on both sides of the family. We're messed up with the fingernails. Hold on, what's going on here? See? And your daughters do too. I got the genetic cesspool of fingernails then. So, and normally that's fine because we can just go to a nail salon and we can get them done. I miss my people. All of them. I miss them all. And I don't even want to tell anybody where I go because I don't want people to go there because it's like never crowded when I go. It's usually in the middle of the afternoon anyway, but it's like never crowded and I never have to wait for my nails. I can't imagine when they all open up, all these nail salons, they are going to be slammed. So normally this YouTube Monday night is an opportunity for us to talk, for us to just have a dialogue. You guys can ask me questions, generalized questions about all things energy. I kind of want to start returning to the original format where quarantine took me like way off the path, and I've just been a little quarantine ranty. And I feel like maybe I should get back on track. I mean, I'll still rant because it's my nature, but I want to also address what you are all thinking and wondering about. But before we do that, I do want to announce that let me see. Hey, Donna from Florida. Hello, where she can shop till she drops. Yeah, Donna, until you drop from COVID, because everybody in Florida's getting it now or not. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. People are asking my intuitive advice. I'm like, I don't know. My brain is frazzled. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening in the world. I just want it to either, I just want to fast forward time until next year this time. Then I feel like we're all going to be like, okay, we know what we're dealing with. But maybe I don't want that, because maybe the alien invasion's coming and the zombie apocalypse is coming, or I don't know, like the Hudson River is going to have like a big schism in it and earthquake. I don't know what could possibly, I'm not even going to ask what could possibly happen. I'm not going to even ask. Carol, I've used nail tech every single day. In the beginning of quarantine, I asked what everybody uses for their nails, and I ordered nail tech, and it didn't do anything. Maybe it strengthened them, but they do not grow. They don't grow, so it doesn't work for me. Let's see. My nails started to grow for the first time when I became wacko menopausal. Oh, fantastic. So I'll be sweating and angry and violent, but I'll be like, but look at my nails. Kind of like how I am about my hair. I'm excited about my hair, but my nails not growing. And I can't really get the fade level perfect here tonight, guys. So, whoop, that's not good. Okay. So my announcement, let me just see. Your brain is shit fried. But your nails are great. So it's fantastic. Use Swanson. Another one is Pure Organics, both from Amazon. I need somebody to remember that for me, please. Oh, Carolyn is moving tomorrow. You've been on my mind all day today, Carolyn, actually. I want to have a party, but we'll call it a protest so we can have at least 100 people versus 12 to 20. I'm kind of thinking the same thing for meditations in person. I'm thinking we're just going to call it a soul protest. And we're good. We're fine. We're going to be great. Calcium, vitamin D. No, I've been taking so much of that. I cannot even tell you how much supplements. I'm not kidding. I mentally calculated today how many supplements I've been taking for all sorts of different things. 30 a day. I've been a little wacko in the supplement department. I'm not going to lie, because I remember to take them because I'm not running out the door and I'm not rushing. So I remember to take them. I've been taking Spirulina, which is disgusting and anything other than pill form. So God bless anybody who drinks that, because I won't. I mean, I'd be super skinny because I would vomit right after. TMI, sorry. Barley, celery juice pills, calcium, not Ashtanga. I always say that. Ashwagandha. Calcium, magnesium, zinc, B12. And I know people are going to say, that's too much. I'm doing it anyway. My hair's growing. My nails are shot. Maybe my liver's shot from it all. I don't really know. My hair's growing. Okay, Marnie, I'm going to hold this to you. Collagen supplements. That's what I'm taking too. Oh my God. Collagen supplements. That's the drink that I posted on my Amazon store maybe a month ago now, maybe even more. So, and that I love. That I love. Fish oil or calamari juice from Standard Process. Ton of supplements, you guys. Just why? Because I can remember I'm home. And I'm like, I think I need Spirulina. I think I need 6 of them. Yeah. But anyway, my announcement is, see my shirt? Do you guys see this? I have to sit up. My favorite saying that I say all the time. And I have all the little rubber bracelets. I now printed these shirts, and I printed them on absolutely everything. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, stickers to put on your laptops or your desktops, shopping bags. What else? Oh, yoga pants. Shoot, I should have brought them down. I should have brought them down. Yoga pants. It actually says it is what it is until it isn't on the one leg. I believe it's on the left leg of the yoga pants. And the quality of the yoga pants is actually good because I waited to get samples of everything before I announced this because I wanted to make sure the quality was good. And I was especially going to be like, yoga pants are probably going to be crap quality. They're not, shockingly. I will say there are 2 sweatshirts, and there's, I don't remember what the one is, what the one says. But the other one that says premium sweatshirt, I'm not kidding. I swear I love it. And if I didn't love it, I wouldn't bring it up. I wouldn't put my name attached to it. But the other sweatshirt, I don't like. I don't like the quality. So I have to take it out of the store. But the premium one, I think it's $4 more, but it's 100 times better. So that is my new stuff. And every week or every few weeks, I'll be adding different sayings that you guys hear come out of my mouth. And I decided to start with this one because I think that we all need to remember that this too shall pass, that it is what it is. This whole situation, everything in life, a lot of uncertainty. It is what it is until it isn't. And there really will be a time where we're not on like this pins and needles feeling. There will be a return to, yes, a new normal, which I know everyone is sick of, but not an uncertain normal. We have been catapulted into thinking differently. I never think that's necessarily a bad thing. The bad part of this situation is that it has completely spiraled a lot of people into fear and anxiety and depression. So we need to kind of bring you back to balance. Actually, like I would say 70% of my sessions lately have literally been about restoring panic, or not restoring panic, but getting rid of panic and restoring people to balance and working on breathing and visualization and how to develop your soul through this whole thing. So you're not alone if you're feeling like out of sorts and a little bit like, oh, I don't like this. But again, I'm going to say it over and over. I really do believe this has been a huge opportunity for all of our collective soul growth together. So I'm posting the links. My store is called Spiritually Speaking because I'm always saying spiritually speaking. And then I follow that up with like an F-bomb or something like that. As you guys know, I don't need to tell you. So yeah, that's my new news. And oh my God, I'm seeing myself on the camera in my laptop in front of me and I'm not enjoying it. And it's delayed. So I'm like, why am I moving that way? I'm not moving that way anymore. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So let's see. You'll wait for the asshole brain sweatshirt. My brain is an asshole. That one is coming. Oh my God, what is the other one that I just did? I'm scared. I'm scared of myself. Brain is an asshole. It is what it is till it isn't. There's another one. There's another one. I can't think of it right this second, but there's another one coming. So yeah, that's been my exciting, what I've kind of been working on project in this downtime, getting stuff like that I keep talking about doing, but I never do because I'm either like so drained from overworking or I'm getting pulled in 8,000 directions. And the fact that I'm not pulled out in a million directions is why I love quarantine. Other than that, I don't like it. I don't like it for people, but I really like it for me. That makes sense. Okay, let me go back to some of your questions. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Good for you. So proud of you. Thank you, Nicole. You should never take anything you can't pronounce. Collagen doesn't make my nails grow. Okay, Chrissy, do you have any advice for raising the spirits of nursing home residents? My dad is COVID positive and spends all of his time alone in his room with limited interaction. I feel like he's giving up. Oh my God. My gosh. I would literally put on some sort of, for me, I would put on either music that lifts him, stuff that makes him, at least his mind, feel pulled to something, whether it's good music, meditation. It sounds silly, but like Anything by Dr. Joe Dispenza, because he talks about how the mind heals the body, the mind heals the body, the mind heals the body. And we need to hear that stuff over and over. And the art of meditation, having focal points on the wall to help ourselves focus back on the here and now is very important. Breath work, breathing, if he can. I probably not so much great breathing if he's experiencing COVID. But it's also for the staff to take moments, or whatever you want to call it, moments of presence with people. It's truly, and again, this whole situation overall is forcing us to be present. It is forcing us to say, hey, I don't know what September is bringing. So we have to dial ourselves back into this moment, into right now, which is the work of being human. That is the work that we have to do. So it's so hard to say, but I would definitely put some sort of auditory something in his room, and a visual of something like a picture of everyone smiling with him in it. Or a new baby in the family, if there are any, or something that really focuses him on the here and now and what's going on in the here and now that lifts him up, and or music or something auditory. And believe it or not, when I was going through, which is, I'm not equating what I was going through with what COVID patients are going through, particularly with having to be alone and not getting visitors. But when I was going through that, my health crisis 3 years ago, whatever it was, I don't know how long, 2016, 17, 18. I listened to the song Prayer of St. Francis, and I can't think of now the singer. I know Sarah McLachlan did one, but that's not the one. Sophia. Her name is Sophia. I would listen to that literally on repeat over and over and over, because it gave me a focus of make me an instrument of peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. It brought me into a focus of being able to pull energy in and still feel like I'm useful in the world. And I swear that is one of the biggest things that contributed to my personal healing at the time. So that song happened to resonate with me. I'm saying find something that would resonate auditorily with your dad, and regular, keep it on like going for 20 minutes at a time. So, and we collectively, all of us in here, will completely send you and your father, if you want to write his name in the, just first name, not last name, even though your last name's here. Just write his name that we can send him amazing energy. And see, Diane understands. Christy, prayers for your dad. My mom's been quarantined also. Oh my God, Carolyn would like a t-shirt that says 1 moment, please. That is, that, I love that you like that, Carolyn, because that is such a long-standing kind of personal joke between me and a family member for so many years. And I get such a giggle out of it myself. It's so stupid, but when I'm like, 1 moment, please, I don't know why. It's just so dumb. So maybe that is a good one. That might be a good one, because I really do get a giggle every single time I say it, and I sound like, oh my God, I'm thinking I'm funny. No, I get a charge over the whole reality of 1 moment, please. Because we all know how 1 moment, please, the statement does not relax us. We get pissed when we start hearing 1 moment, please, because you know it's not a moment. How about a shirt that says F the lemonade, freeze the lemon? Carolyn, that's brilliant. F the lemonade, freeze a lemon. Stop it. Stop it right now. Carolyn Craig, holy crap. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. We freeze a lemon. We'll be like, freeze a lemon, a wink. We know what we're talking about. How many of you have lemons in your freezer from my little lemon video? Give me a little thumbs up on that. Oh my God. Did Ben make them? No, Ben did not. I actually made them myself. Isn't that shocking? Ben has been busy. Actually, all the Cave Boys have been busy. They're working at an ice cream shop in a town called New Windsor near me. So it's the ice cream shop is Coneheads. That's free advertising for them. So go visit my boys at Coneheads and tell them I sent to you. Let's see. Let's see. And Chrissy, Melissa, that is a beautiful suggestion too. Writing letters to him, sending pictures, something visual and auditory. Because I'm imagining that Chrissy, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that he can't do much. And is he on a ventilator too? Because that's, I would assume he's not. I'm hearing he's not, so that part's good. Let's see. Carolyn is saying, and you know what I have to say is that, I haven't seen him since March. Oh my gosh. Shelly, I just posted the links for the t-shirts on both my Facebook pages, the Intuitive Medium Deborah Hanlon and the Deborah Hanlon one. One moment, please. I started vegetable garden this week because I felt like I needed to be centered in earth again. It was great until the hubby was telling me how to plant seeds. Oh my God, Jen. It was great until the husband was telling me how to plant seeds, knocking my balance off yet again. Oh my God. Jennifer, I think we all feel your pain. And I'm sure Greg's going to comment. I'm sure of it. But let me tell you, something that really irritates me. I've learned a lot about myself in quarantine. Not all of it's beautiful, by the way. Shockingly, I'm not like really easy to live with. I didn't know. I'm just discovering with myself. It's not easy for myself to live with myself. So this is news breaking. But anyway, yeah, when someone tells you how to do something when you didn't ask, and if you're not like, if you were like, okay, if you were planting the stuff, like if you had plants and you were planting them upside down, then like if you were doing it completely backwards and wrong, then you might be able to tell me like you just want to put the soil in first and the roots first before the tree. Then I'd be like, oh, thanks, I didn't know that. But if we didn't ask, it's so annoying. I know, it's annoying. I get very annoyed, 100% annoyed. Like, just don't tell me what to do. I'm good. I've got it. Or I'm not good and I don't got it, but I'm going to learn in the process and I'm going to figure it out through that process. So I'm with you, Jen. Just get right back to it. And I'm notorious for a black thumb, but some of my quarantine excitement is that there were these two plants, one a miniature rose bush that I was given and a little tiny azalea plant that I was given 2 years ago. And the azalea died on my watch. And I think I even posted this on Facebook. I was intent on bringing this back to life. And I'm talking, it was a stick. Like, I'm pretty sure I posted it. It's way too far back for anyone to find it. But I posted this thing. And all of a sudden it started growing like one little green bud on it. And I'm like, I'm bringing this plant back to life. And I'm happy to say, and I should post this tomorrow. Oh my God, my little azalea bush is now planted outside in a bed that I created with rocks. And I don't like nature, you guys. I don't like getting dirty, and I don't like getting dirt under nails that I don't even have. So how do you get dirt under nails you don't have? I don't know, but I get it. And my little miniature rose bush, even that is growing. Like, it's like this big now. But it's out there growing, and I'm so excited about it. So the quarantine wins. Got to take a win with a loss. Oh my gosh, Donna, that's a beautiful idea. Chrissy, Donna just said one of those slideshow frames would be good for her dad. I know Aura frames. A friend of mine bought one for us at Christmas time, and you can upload photos in real time to him. So you could even like take a picture of a message like, hey, Dad, good morning, it's Monday, and he can see it. Oh my God, that's a brilliant idea, Donna. That's brilliant. So look up Aura frames, or I don't know any other brands, maybe you guys know. But you can control what photos get uploaded to the device, and he can put it somewhere where he can see it. And is there music to it? I don't think there's music to it, but that's a brilliant idea, Donna. I'd love that. Oh my goodness. Okay, Cindy. I have been meditating for 2 years, 1 year faithfully, yet I still can't clear all the stuff in my brain to visualize a specific image, such as a beach scene or rain falling on leaves. Cindy, have you attended one of mine live? And not to sound like have you done mine? Just literally curious. And if not, join in. I don't have one this weekend because it's Father's Day and we don't have any Father's Day plans, but I decided that Father's Day people might try to actually pretend they're getting together with people. So, so try my next one. It'll be the Sunday after Father's Day, whatever that date is. Secondly, meditation, and this is really important. And I just love teaching meditation, particular to beginners, although you are not considered a beginner, Cindy, if it's 1 year faithfully. I mean, I guess we're all beginners forever. But meditation is not about clearing your mind with nothing in it. It's actually getting yourself still so that you can see, hear, feel what thoughts are going through your mind all the time. So basically, it's like as if there's a theater screen and you're sitting in the audience of the theater and of the theater, and on the screen are all your thoughts, all these meandering, crazy, out of the blue. Oh my God, I forgot this. Ugh, I'm itchy. Oh my God, 14 years ago, I forgot this happened and it's coming up right now. Oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. All those thoughts, all those things that come at you and are coming like crazy right as you're listening to this right now. All of your minds, for everyone who's tuning in and listening, all of your minds are processing information that you're completely unaware of. And you are thinking thoughts, even though you're listening to my voice, your brain is still spinning thoughts and ideas and old memories, and it's replaying feelings right now as we're talking. And meditation is kind of that taking a seat in the theater to watch and listen and go, wow, I had no idea how often I tell myself I'm a loser, or how often I tell myself stop being lazy, or how often I expect disappointment in my life, or whatever's coming up. So that's first and foremost. Meditation doesn't mean we sit down and nothing happens. In fact, quite the opposite happens. All of a sudden, everything happens. And that's why no one sticks with the practice, because it is so difficult to sit in your own brain. It's awful. It's terrible. But the more you do it, and again, visualize as if you're sitting in the movie and watching this whole shit show of a thought process known as your brain as it's going on the screen. Or you can visualize each thought as a balloon going up into the sky. Just come up with any visual. And then over time, your mind, and it happens quickly, believe it or not, the more you do it, best to stay in the same place, meditate in the same place and the same time, if that's feasible for you. That's just because then the energy of that space and time in your home or office, but not right now, starts to create the energy field of expectation. And as soon as you get into it, your body starts to resonate with the purpose of the time in that space. So it's pretty cool. So do it same time, same space, same amount of time. I would say start with 5 minutes of just doing this, and then go elongate it by minute or 5 minutes at a time, depending on what you can do. But over time, all of a sudden, then there's bliss, then there's nothingness, then there's the absence of thought. And the minute you realize you're in the absence of thought, you come right back and you're like, oh my God, where was I? Oh my gosh. I know I get very, very, very dizzy and spirally. And the more I do it, I'm starting to get so addicted to that spirally, spinny, dizzy feeling in meditation that I know when it's coming that I have to stay with it. Because if I become too aware and attached to the spirally, like, yay, I'm getting dizzy, then I pull myself out of it. So it's a practice. It's literally a practice. So start doing that, or just listen to guided meditations, guided imageries that you like the sound of the voice of the person presenting it, because I do strongly believe the sound of the voice, the texture of the voice, the speed of the voice is what people really, really stick with and resonate with. So I was doing a meditation the other night for a class I was taking, and I'm loving this class, right? It's online, but the woman's voice was making me so like pumped up and hyped up. And I'm like, oh my God, if she would just drop her voice like an octave or two, then I could get into this meditation. And then all of a sudden I got too much like, oh my God, I can't do this. So I do think the tone, the clarity, the slow and steadiness of the voice, you don't want it too slow, but you don't want it too fast, so practice with guided meditations on that. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Okay, so Chrissy's father's, I'm just seeing that now. His name is Buddy. So we're going to send a ton of good energy to Buddy. And I feel like he gets like shockingly really hungry, or that's like a new development, Chrissy. Because as soon as you said his name, my stomach like just got so hungry. So that's I feel like that's a good sign. Like all of a sudden he's hungry. He probably can't eat too much, but I feel like that's a good sign. Let's see. Sandy is saying, oh, this is a really good question. I wonder if all of our lemons caused COVID. That is funny. Oh my God. Maybe. You know what? I'm not going to thank you, Suzanne. I am not going to say no to that. Who knows? I think collectively we all started throwing people in our freezers via a lemon, and WTF, now we have here we are. I also think another reason why we have COVID right now is because I had 5 trips planned to go out of the country in a year's time. 5 out of the country trips. 5. I've never had a year where I've been out of the country more than once in my life. We were actually right now, Greg and I and my sister and her husband and my dad and my stepmom, we're all supposed to be we were going to Amsterdam, Europe. We were going to 4 countries in Europe this 2 weeks. So we were supposed to be in Amsterdam and probably in France today. So that sucks. Right after that, I had a retreat to Italy in July. I am still hell-bent on going to Morocco in November, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I have a trip to Morocco in November. I have a trip to Bali in February of 2021. What the heck was my 5th one? I know there was 5. Oh, I wanted to go visit my friend Kristen, who just moved to the Grand Cayman Island. And I said, oh, at some point, I'm just going to do like a long weekend to go visit you. So that was 5 trips out of the country in the next year. And I thought to myself, that's why COVID happened. Because when else have I ever had 1 trip out of the country? But I have 5 planned, deposits put down, whole deal. And no. So it's kind of like when I buy boots in the winter, it never snows, which is why I buy boots in the winter, because I'm like, oh, if I'm prepared, it's not going to snow. If I plan a trip, it's not going to happen. So I think I also contributed to COVID. And no, I'm not totally serious on that. Oh, Cindy, that is so beautiful that you messaged Chrissy that. Cindy, we were just talking about my hair, so you didn't miss anything. Cindy Franz, that is. Oh, South Carolina is in the house. Hello, Laura. I wish I'd met you when I used to live in Newburgh. Hey, we're going to meet when it's supposed to happen. So, I can't do large events, unless we protest and we do like a protesting our deceased loved ones group event. I can't do group events, so maybe I should just drive down to South Carolina and start doing them in Florida. Let's see. Okay, Dragon Girl, I was going to call you. Aisha, what is the spiritual significance of marriage? Some sort of polarity 3D thing. Just wondering, not asking for a friend. I don't want to offend anyone. The spiritual significance of marriage. I think what you're asking is literally marriage, like the legality of marriage. But I'm going to answer this in 2 parts. The legality of marriage is totally man-made. Probably, and I certainly don't know the history of this, but probably for like landowning purposes or some bullshit like that. But the spiritual significance of union is one that's actually incredibly important. Incredibly important. What is important about it? People, me, you, all of us watching, we're these energy fields, right? We have these bodies, we have these thoughts, we have their conditioning, we have our lives, our experiences, our identities, we've got all that. And we think that that's what we are. And the unconscious keep going around going like, oh, what? I'm, right now I'm just doing this. I'll use nurse as an example just because you're a nurse, Aisha. I'm a nurse and that's my role and this is who I am. And that's a facet of the way your energy is being manifested or utilized at any given time. But we are not defined by any of our roles. Nurse, mom, sibling, sister, daughter, husband, brother, blah, blah, blah. We're not defined by any of those things, but as humans, we think we are. So in our energy fields, we carry this collective experience, which creates thoughts. And then those thoughts create sort of an energy magnetic resonance or frequency. Union is honoring that energy, and it's like peacefully colliding molecules. And the spiritual significance, especially, and this is very much my opinion. So for those of you who have like multiple partners at any one point in your life, that's not bad. I'm not saying that's bad. In fact, that sounds really fun. But the spiritual significance, I'm just laughing, thinking of like Greg's going, oh my God, Jesus Christ, what are we saying here? But the spiritual significance is I don't want just anyone's energy literally in or around me. And that union is very sacred. The person that you land on and choose, it's a sacred union. So in those terms, the spiritual significance is union of an energy that's opposite yours. And I'm not talking male, female. I'm talking about an energy that is opposite yours that you peacefully co-create. So two people create a third person when you're together. So that's the spiritual significance of sharing energy, yours with them, them with yours. If you have multiple partners, that's a lot of collective experiences, thoughts, shared beliefs coming at you, then leaving. Oh, no pun intended. Coming at you, then leaving. And that creates a spiritual instability on some level. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. But as human beings with the spiritual aspect to us, we are always searching for union and wholeness. And multiple partners, multiple people, multiple relationships, you still can have oneness and wholeness. I'm not saying you can't, but there's a collective shared energy. It's kind of like quarantine. You kind of don't want to put your energy out there because you don't know what stuff you're spreading to people. Same back. And I'm not talking about STDs or anything. I'm talking energetically. So does that answer the question? Other than that, spiritual significance of marriage, I don't know. Just trying to think of religious beliefs behind this, but I know you're not asking for religious beliefs, but I'm trying to feel my way through as a spiritual significance. It would be for those who require that a level of commitment. I think humans prefer that level of commitment, but it is a very much man-made notion of marriage, one of which I swore that I'd never want again. And Greg's probably going, I don't want it now either. I don't want it. And I'm like, well, too bad. We're doing it. Or not. I have to wait to see his comments. So I hope that explains it. If not, ask deeper questions about that. Okay. It is what it is was a favorite quote of my late husband, Kim, and myself. It just kept popping up. See, that's like a wink. It's a wink. Marnie says, I ignore all unsolicited advice. Block it out. That is one of my favorite phrases. Unsolicited advice is often taken as criticism. When you don't ask for someone's opinion and they're giving it, it's often taken as criticism, even if the person is not intending it to sound critical. If you didn't ask, Hey, do you like my shirt? I don't really like your shirt. You know, we tend to take it as criticism. So that's going back to Jennifer's planting question. Let's see. Okay, Cindy. Yes, try for next Sunday with my meditation. Long distance friendship lights are great too. Vary in the meditative moment. That's right. Thank you, Amber. Those touch lamps that if you touch it, then it lights up in your friend's home or your loved one's home. I think that's such a cool thing. Let's see. He loves his snacks, but he can't taste anything. I feel like, well, that's right. His sense of taste probably is not good. So I think that hunger that I was feeling from your dad, Chrissy, is probably that it's starting to come back. Could be. Remember the meditation lady at Omega and how crazy she made us? We couldn't get into it at all. Oh my gosh, Eileen, that's right. I forgot about her too. Her voice was like, yeah, I do think someone leading a meditation, to me, it's like all in the voice, which makes me laugh because a lot of people say that I have a soothing voice, which I totally disagree with. I feel like I am so not soothing. And my kids tell me all the time, like, you're mad annoying. You sound so mad annoying. And I'm like, I know my voice is so obnoxious. But other people say, no, it's soothing. And I'm like, wow, I should record myself when I'm home because it's not that soothing here. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Marley's amazed with my azalea. Me too. I can't believe it. Mallory, thank you. You love the perspective on union. I like your hair. Did you get it cut? I will not let Cindy cut it. Actually, she did cut a little bit. But no, I used that Time TYME curler thing, which I didn't do it great, but I did attempt to curl it. But it's the supplement, Stephanie. I'm telling you, I'm taking a bajillion, thousands, trillion supplements, biotin, so many supplements, so many, but I like it. I'm enjoying it. Hello, Kathleen from Albany area. What does the other side think of marriage? That's a great question. I couldn't speak to that specifically. It could still render itself to personal opinion. Like I've had people come through who are, say, very, very religious and very much against divorce. I've had them speak to their loved ones and say, hey, we get it. And they're like, no, my mom, she was very Catholic and she would never want me to get divorced. And I've heard her say, you know, people on the other side say, no, it's okay. It's okay to get divorced. So I don't know that they think, I don't know how I would answer that because that sounds like that should be a very specific answer, but I don't believe I have a specific answer to that question. I think it's kind of case by case, personality, what's going on. Do they feel it's necessary? No, but they on the other side don't feel anything we do is necessary. They understand that everything we do, from going to work to earn money so that we can keep a house, so that we then have to go back to work to earn more money to keep this house, you know, that sort of stuff. They don't think any of that is important because they're coming from that higher self perspective that is beyond all of that. None of that they're not attached to any of the roles and things we do and the thoughts and the conditioning in the past. They're not attached to any of it, nor are they attached to the future. They're very much present time. Only humans are attached to concepts. Anything conceptual is a human thing. What do I mean by that? Any religious event, ceremony, human-made. To mark an event, so we are very ritualistic, and rituals are to highlight a concept of birth, a concept of being welcomed into a church or a synagogue, a concept. So anything that has a concept to it is very human. Anything beyond concept or broader or outside the confines of concepts would be spiritual, would be energetic, would be larger. I hope that makes sense. James is saying he would like multiple partners. No, he said multiple partners. I'd be happy with one, anyone. James, my friend, I have people. I have people. I'm always having people that ask me, like, do you have anyone? I'm like, I do. Carolyn, is my wedding date a secret? It is not. We have not planned one or picked one. I made a post a couple weeks ago that I had been thinking back in January that I would have loved to have gotten married May 31st of this past May, but something kept telling me, no, don't even do it. So I thought, because of the date and the significance to me of the date, that was the reason why. And then my friend went and moved to the Grand Cayman Islands, and I thought, oh, that's probably why I got a no, intuitively a no, because Kristen wouldn't have been there, and then that would have been terrible. Now I realize, no, the no was because of all of those things and because of COVID, that nobody would be able to do it. So it's not a secret. It's not a secret, but we haven't picked anything or what we're doing or how. Greg just told me all he cares about is just wants to be able to wear shorts. So I'm fine with that. James, I didn't see you criticizing my background, but you said I'm pretty, so that's it. That's all I need to know. People ask how you like something but don't really want the truth. That is true too. It's funny. I very rarely ask people for their opinions, which is something else I have been paying attention to. And I have been like this lifelong, that as soon as I think something, feel something, and desire something, I go inward. And that doesn't mean I'm perfect all the time by any means, but I go inwards and check in, this feels right to me, and I do it, or no, this doesn't feel right to me, so I don't do it, or I wait, or whatever. But I became aware recently because someone messaged me and asked me for advice. It was a friend on something that I thought was very elementary, very basic. And I thought, do they really want my advice? Or are they trying to strike up a conversation? Or is this something they really don't know? And I forget what it was. It was sort of like, let's just pretend like, should I buy a Glock and go kill people? I don't know. It was so obvious. It was like an obvious thing of like, I don't think anyone should have to ask advice on that particular question. And made me realize, like, who do I go to for advice? I go inward. I'm not saying that's right. I have gone to therapists and do therapy. Greg, I ask advice as much as he's probably commenting that I don't. I value his opinion. I don't usually ask like 500 people their opinion on anything. I do. Michelle, I'll ask her opinion, my assistant, on things, the way I want to present something or ideas, I'll bounce them off. But very few people do I ask advice. And I say this as something for all of you to kick around in your minds of like, are you constantly asking a lot of different people for advice with the same question? And if you are, that is showing a couple of things. Complete insecurity with self-indecision, which is fine. We all get insecure. We all feel it, but you want to be aware of it. You want to go, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so insecure about this. I don't know an answer. That brings us up to consciousness instead of like, oh, Mary, you think I should do this? Oh, Susie, you think I should do that? Oh, Taylor, you think I should do that? Because you're going to get 9 different opinions most of the time. But ask, are you asking to belong, to get pulled in? Do you want that person to think you like them? Like, kind of go inward as to what is our need to go to several different people. If you're going to 1 or 2, maybe 3 trusted people, different. But if you're going to like all your friends to ask the same question, there's something off there that you do need to kind of come inward and go, how do I feel first? What's my take on this? And once you have a strong take on it, then you know really who to ask. And it's not going to be 7 friends. It's not going to be. Quite the opposite. So, yes. So Phyllis, yes, sometimes people ask you something and they don't want the true answer. I would not be one of those people. I would be, if I am asking your opinion, as much as I don't like to hear something contrary to my own thoughts or beliefs, I'm asking for a reason. But I would never want anyone to blow smoke. I would never want someone to do that to me. And I will say, I'll give you this, Greg. I feel like Greg really did solidify that type of personality for me. That's that person that, like, he's not gonna, he won't sugarcoat anything. And I've gotten used to that. And there's a lot of trust in someone who is going to, when asked, he does this a lot of times when I don't ask, and that's not when I like it. But when I ask and he says it, I'm like, oh, but I trust it. So yes, I'm somebody who wants somebody who not to blow smoke. Phyllis, it's another good question. Will we be able to feel touch, or a hug or a kiss when we're on the other side? Yes and no. So is it literally a physical sensation? No, because there's nothing physical about that person's being and consciousness. But when you're in the present moment and when you are conscious energy and pristine, pure energy, you don't have to be physically doing anything to experience it. So in other words, if they feel the need to hug someone, all they need to do is basically think/feel, which aren't totally accurate words, only because thinking and feeling are concepts of the brain and tactile awareness. But think and feel, imagine is another word I would often use, of that hug or kiss or whatever it is, and they would be experiencing it. So we can understand that totally. We go, oh my gosh, well, we feel like, oh my God, we're so connected to our physical sensations, whether you're aware of it or not. And it's usually as soon as a person dies that we just miss that hug or kiss or, touch, something, just a physical presence. But when we cross over, we don't miss any of that because we are beyond that. We're bigger than that. And we can experience the touch, the hug, the kiss, the connection without having any physical need attached to it. That's a great question. Let's see. You guys are talking about my lighting. I have my own bullshit baggage no one wants. We all have baggage. Oh my gosh. We all have baggage. Oh my God. Hi, Molly. I didn't see you on here earlier. Hello. We all have baggage. We all have baggage. Now, what is your baggage? Is your baggage that you've been, that you don't want to give up a lifestyle of your past and you pretend otherwise? I mean, are you unconscious to your baggage is basically what I'm saying. If you're conscious of what your baggage is, you would be livable. You could be livable with somebody. And I don't mean even physically having to live with somebody. There's an ability to have an experience and a union and a this. I was going to say a threesome, but I didn't mean that. I mean, maybe I did, but I didn't think I did. I meant like 1 and 1 is 3 people. I was trying to go back to that analogy from earlier tonight, but it totally didn't come out that way. But anyway, rewind and move forward. Do we know what our baggage is? And do we still want to play our baggage? Did you have a very drama-filled past? And are you still creating more drama in your day, every single day? Big drama. And if so, and you don't want to fix it, okay, don't want to fix it. You don't have to address it. But you're conscious of it. At least you're conscious of like, I'm not fixing that. And then you find somebody who matches. It's like matching crazy. Matching crazy. That's what union, another word for marriage is. Oh my goodness. James is saying, here's a question. The other night I heard a noise like a child's flute, the plastic kind, WTF. Can that be something that a spirit gives me no one was awake in the house? Could be a couple of things. It could be a clairaudient experience. Could be someone attached to the house. Could be so many things. So many things. Could be that you were talking to a friend or family member or neighbor or something earlier in the day, and then the remnants of their loved one's energy is around you and you heard it. So it's so hard to ask that sort of thing. Not to ask, sorry, I was reading a question. It's very hard to determine specifically what it could be. But the fact that you heard it and became aware of it is the best first step. When I offer Introduction to Mediumship again, guys, and a bunch of you took it here, I'm not kidding. I highly recommend it. Why? Because I teach it? Yeah, duh. But I have, after 19 years of doing this, really kind of boiled down a system of how to teach it so that it's readily available and it takes the mystery out of all of it. And I keep telling in my mediumship class that mediumship is an extraordinarily self-aware ability. You have to be incredibly self-aware to move to the next lines of mediumship, healthy mediumship, normal mediumship. When people are talking about like crazy spirits and spirits are going to kill somebody and there's a curse and their spirits are angry, that's not mediumship. That's mental illness. And I'm not kidding. I say this all the time. That's not mediumship. That's a whole other thing. But when you are grounded in self, and then you use yourself as your tool for pulling through and understanding messages, you're going to be a great medium. So I've boiled down how to do that on a basic beginner level. And I'm starting a 102 series, which I've never done because I just didn't have the interest because I didn't teach it enough before. But now I am. So you can get the pre-recorded classes that I already did. There's 6 of them. And then you can join the 102. I haven't planned the dates for that. So join that. Karen, nope, ask very few people. You totally don't shock me that you would not ask like 8,000 people, but you're extremely grounded, self-aware human. And no, you are not the text. You are totally not the text, but I think you know that already. Let's see. Oh, James, sorry, I didn't see that. Plus, my bedroom was a previous owner's kids' room. Possible. Could quite possibly be your the vibration in your house. And guys, don't forget to click a thumbs up when you get a chance if you haven't already. Cindy, when I ask your advice, it's because I respect your opinion and know you will tell me the truth and not something I want to hear. That is for sure. I used to not be like that. And I'm talking about 20 years ago. I was definitely the person like, yeah, no, that'd be great. You'd be great at that. Sure. And now I feel like, no, if you're really valuing my opinion and I'm valuing my response, and if I love someone and care for someone and you're asking the opinion, that's including clients, love and have that appreciation. If you're valuing my opinion enough, then I need to value the dynamic of respect of giving you exactly what it is I sincerely think and feel. So I think it's important. Phyllis is saying, my daughter asks me my opinion all the time and we don't agree. She gets angry. That's common, I think, for kids and parents, especially mothers and daughters. I don't have a daughter, but I could see where that dynamic doesn't necessarily apply to children and adults. I mean, my son is going like, I think I should get a new car. And I'm like, I definitely don't. And he's like so mad at me. And I'm like, I definitely don't think you should be getting a new car. So there's that parent aspect too. Until many people kind of back you up and she asks others who are trusted adults, when she starts asking others, then she might be opened up to see like, like 6 people said this, not just mom and dad. Okay, Stephanie, great question. I know that spirit crosses to the other side, but are there spirits that get stuck or go to a dark place? In my experience, and this is now 41 years of it, but true awareness, conscious daily awareness of the other side, 19 years for sure. No, they're not stuck. And there's no such thing as a dark place. And when we interpret an energy from the other side as being a dark place, we are incorrectly attaching their human vibration and experience with how they still are in spirit world on the other side. So in other words, say someone here took their life because of constant depression. They would have a lower human frequency and vibration because sadness, depression is a lower, more dense frequency. Don't read that to mean bad frequency. It doesn't. It just means lower. When they cross over, that person will come through as their personality, that they were here, which was on a lower frequency. I believe very untrained mediums will then read that to mean that they are still that way on the other side. That is not the case. They are going to come through with the vibration and frequency that you knew them to have here because that's part of their identity. So I think that is what largely mediums are misinterpreting when when an angry energy comes through. They're so angry. They're not angry. They weren't like Gandhi here in life and then they come through angry. They were angry here. They're expressing themselves as their human form for identification for the person that's sitting in front of you. But they're not that way anymore. They're not attached to that. That was all their human stuff. So no dark places, no stuck. The only thing that I can say that as far as the stuck can apply is that our soul is not stuck. But the lessons that our soul, lessons/experiences, and I started talking about this yesterday at my meditation class. We're all here to learn lessons. And I hate the word. I've really come to hate the word like, well, that's one of my lessons I have to learn, because that always sounds bad, right? Like, oh, I'm here to learn about love. I'm here to learn about truth or learn about betrayal. And it always sounds like that means it's a bad lesson. And that's not true. So I'm changing the word of we have lessons here to we have experiences here that we need to experience. Because then we kind of come at it with a lighter sense. So we have these experiences that we're here to learn, grasp, have, accomplish, conquer, whatever words you want to apply. When we don't kind of get the memo on something and we keep replaying, our soul can get stuck in any particular experience/lesson that we're here to learn. So when we die and we come back into the next life, we still are stuck on that lesson/experience. So we need to keep experiencing things until we fluidly experience all our way through everything. Does that make sense? So we can get stuck on a lesson, which at any point, we're all stuck. Who's to say that I didn't take my own life another lifetime and I'm stuck on that lesson? I'm stuck on, hey, this lifetime, you're going to be handed all sorts of stuff to handle, and you have to not take your life in this lifetime. That might be one of my lessons/experiences. And so if I accomplish that, which some days are easier than others, if I accomplish that, then I don't have to experience that again. And I have a lighter experience or heavier. I mean, it could go either way, but that gets things complicated. So no, we don't get we're not stuck in dark places. There's no such thing as evil and negativity on the other side, because remember, we're just energy. What is energy? Energy is light. Is there darkness in light? Not at all. You can't have darkness in light. You have the opposite. You can experience darkness in the absence of light, or when there's gravity, and gravity distorts light, and gravity is density or an electromagnetic pull of energy towards a location. That's what gravity is. We're gravity. We're these little bits of like dense material that bends our light, and therefore we appear slightly off. That's a nice way of saying it. We're denser. So we experience the negativity and the evil, the darkness exists in this realm on this side. The good thing is it's not all darkness here. That's a great question. Let's see. Your ex has been texting you, asking you advice about his relationship and doesn't listen. Tom, I think I know who you're talking about. Then you might want to stop giving it. You might want to say, listen, like I can, or you could just say, do you really want my advice or do you just want my ear? Do you want me to listen? Let's see. Marnie said, tell him it's TMI. I don't want to hear about it. Yes. Oh God, what is Greg? I didn't see Greg's. That's why I don't ask. I don't know. I don't even want to know. I'm not even going to go all the way back. Okay. Irene, hello. Oh my gosh, your anxieties through the will they ever stop harassing you and cutting up your trees? Looks like you're gonna have to get somebody involved. That's more a personal, intuitive question, but that you probably have to get somebody else involved, like town lines type stuff. Shelly, you are not the text either. I promise you. Let's see. Phyllis, your daughter, I'm assuming, is 45. Is that who you meant? Let's see. I do tell him, Tom is saying, okay, let's see. Religion talks about people who do wrong, go to purgatory, a dark place. Right. Religion talks about that. But again, I think it's a misunderstood. We're trying religion, again, in my opinion. And I am somebody who adores and is fascinated by every single religion on this planet. Every single one. Since I'm young, I have loved exploring and loved hearing about. And to me, all religions are explaining the same thing, only there's a cultural difference that creates them to appear different. It's kind of like clothing. You know what? If you grow up in, I don't know enough about fashion, but if you grow up in a certain area of the world, certain clothing is going to be more present than another part of the world. So it's a cultural, this again, in my opinion, but it's a cultural thing. Religions are man-made. Religions are the attempt of humans to take the spiritual experiences and create them into concepts so that we could understand them. The problem with that is you can't put the universe into a context. You can't put something so big and vast and interconnected. You can't put it into any one systemic place because you've already limited it. So basically, I'm saying you can't take infinity and then put a timeline on it. You can't do that. You can't take light and create all these different divisions and then think that we have explained the nature of light. We're only explaining the nature of light according to that context. So religions are humans' attempts to explain spiritual phenomenon. And I think they do a really good job at it. Here's the crazy thing. I think religions do a great job at it. It's then humans that turn that around and then go, well, I'm different. You do it this way. I do it that way. You're not this or whatever. You know, then humans screw it up like we often do. We make anything really good. So that's my take on religions. But when they go to purgatory in the dark place, it's kind of like the misunderstanding of, well, I felt their energy and they were not in a good space, or they're stuck, or they're on repeat. Well, that's like more of a soul level. And everything I'm saying is the exact same things what religion does, by the way. So I am explaining concepts or things that are beyond concepts. I'm trying to put them into a context for everyone to explain. But even within my explanation, for everyone to understand, but even with my explanation, I'm minimizing a concept that cannot be minimized because it changes the way it really, really is. But that's everything in our life. Everything. Does that make sense? I love this stuff. I love it. Phyllis, right. I was taught in 12 years of Catholic school, if a person committed suicide, you didn't share in the everlasting happiness. I think that is, I heard that too. I still hear that from clients that come in and are terrified that their loved ones are now stuck in no man's land, as if it wasn't bad enough to have to experience a loved one who took their own life. Now the heaviness of the thought that they then also will never be reunited and they'll never be happy just puts way too many people over the edge. And that's not true. That is not true. I have read way more people who have taken their lives and they are okay. They're happy. They're healthy. They're freed. However, they do need to do like the do-over, that replay. We have to go back through their experiences in another lifetime to get past that lesson or whatever it was that took their life. So in other words, if they took their life because of financial ruin, they're going to come into the next life and one of their lessons is about finances, and it's going to be they experience financial ruin again, and will they take their life again? And if they do, then they come back in and that same lesson is going to get learned until they go, okay, I can't do this again. And, there have been many dark times in my life where I'm like, I'm out, Seacrest out, I'm good. I don't need to be here. I know too much about the other side. And I often think like, oh, but I'm not doing this shit over again. I'm not doing a do-over. Like, let me get this done. Let me get it behind me. And then I'm good. So I do feel like knowing that I'm persevering so that I don't have to repeat this or certain things in my life propels me forward. Oh, let's see. If someone dies as a person, can they reincarnate as an animal? I'm back and forth on this one often, Nancy. I have heard yes, and I have heard no. So I'm unsure. I believe, I could be wrong on this. That might be something good to Google, which sounds so stupid, because as if like Google knows everything. But I believe different religions will have different thoughts on that, and I want to say Hinduism would say no, but I could be wrong on that. I really could. But have I heard of somebody who has crossed over and then said, I can't recall that I've ever heard, but then reincarnation doesn't necessarily happen in a generation. A lot of times they say it happens in about 3 generations. So people don't necessarily reincarnate quickly. So it's not something, maybe another 300 years I'll know that answer, because I'll go, oh my God, when I read that person back in 2020, they're back as a rabbit now. And then I'll know. But so I don't know. That's a great question. There's past life regression, but are there people who can tell you what your next life will be? Yes. Oh my gosh. Someone who can really read the Akashic records can see that. But there is, oh my gosh, what are they called? One moment, please. Let me oh, my son just texted me saying he's coming home from work. He's going to make tacos. That's great. What do they call it? It's an Indian word. Oh my God. I have to get the word because it's going to drive me crazy. I don't have my glasses on, so you guys are seeing me. What are they called? Deepak talks about this all the time. Oh my God, help me. Hold on. Yes, thank you. Woof. I was like, I can't move forward tonight without this word. I'm probably going to say it totally incorrectly. Jyotisa. So Joy, I've also seen it Jyotist. So Joytiste. They are Indian astrologers that have said to have access to the Akashic records, which go backward and forward in time. And Deepak, and I believe it's his book about death that I quote a lot about in my book, it talks about how he went to one of these astrologers, totally not believing in it. His friend told him to go, and he was really against it. Like, this is crap. I don't want to go. And the guy, the astrologer, told him when he was going to die, told him all about his parents' meeting. He told him when his mom and dad were going to pass, and it would happen. And he was correct. And so I have wanted to go to one, but I don't know one. Like, I don't know who to go to. And I do believe you better damn well go to a good one. And again, I'm about quality. I don't go to just anyone for anything. So if I ever find one that I feel is like, holy crap, I will share it. But they say they know your own death date. And I'm totally curious because I have an inkling on not my death date, but my death year. I have an inkling for that. And I just want to know. I want to like sneak peek on that. Okay. Stephanie said, I love that. You make me feel more at peace about death every session, but I'm not ready to go yet. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Stephanie. That is the point, that, death is just so the opposite of what we think it is. That no, it doesn't mean we want to hurry it up. I mean, nobody wants to think of themselves as dead. But it's this like, it's the cocoon state of ourselves. It's this like transformational state. It's not this lonely, creepy, dark, separation-filled existence. It's quite the opposite. It's the extreme opposite. However, our side of death, meaning when we survive and we watch someone else physically pass away, our experience of death is that they're no longer here. They are separate from us. We miss them. There's no more physical. So that's why humans think that death is a separation, because for our side of it, it is. But for the deceased side of it, it's like pure connection than ever before, connected to the oneness, to the fabric of the cosmos, connected to you and all of your family members all at once, connected to why you think and do the way you do, connected to non-attachment, to just unbelievable stuff. So death on the vantage point of the deceased is the exact opposite of death from the vantage point of the living. And that's like my message. That is what I'm placed, one of the things I feel I am placed on the planet to discuss, because it's been something that's been on my brain for 41 years. I wanted to understand, what the hell is this thing called death? Is it real? Why do we do it? How come it's so sad? How come it's not sad? Is it real? Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff for 41 years. And maybe I have 41 more to go. I can't do the math on my date. I don't know. It's not 41 years. Let's see, Jen. I read A New Earth again. It's been years. Oh, it's Claudine. It's so wild that you're bringing that up, because about 2 hours ago, but shortly before I started this, I saw Eckhart Tolle just doing, I don't know, it was probably like a Facebook ad. But I hadn't heard his voice in a long time. And his voice, while his energy, he drives me crazy. I love him. He's unbelievable. He's amazing. But I also laugh, like, Eckhart has no children, right? And I often like to point out and highlight that a lot of really spiritual people, whom I do not doubt that he is the spiritual man that he is, they don't have kids. And having children adds a whole other layer of being human that totally, in my opinion, messes with our spirituality, because, is there bliss all the time? There's bliss until I go upstairs and my whole house smells of taco meat, and like the dishes are in the sink and there's taco oil meat in my sink and no one cleans it out. I'm not spiritual anymore. I'm losing my shit. And then I lose my shit, and then I feel guilty for losing my shit in the morning. And so I believe that it's difficult to stay in a spiritual Zen state as a parent. That's my take. And I want to meet the guru who has, like, a woman guru who raised boys in particular. Well, teenage girls, I hear, is hard too. So raised children like by themselves. And I want to see that spiritual person. I want to see what she looks like, unless I am her. And then we're all screwed. If that's what it looks like, then we're screwed. But it's okay. I'm okay. So yeah. And yes, Stephanie, tacos at 9:45. Yep. For an 18-year-old boy. No, sorry, it's 19. God, that's crazy. 19-year-old boy, they can do that. It's so annoying. Because I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to smell the tacos and I'm going to want to eat the tacos. Then I'm going to have to run to my room and smell the tacos, and I'm going to be harboring all this anxiety over the fact, like, the pan's not cleaned right. I know it's not cleaned right. Or it was cleaned right, but they, just dumped all the oil in the sink. They didn't, like, drain it right. You guys know. I'm preaching to the choir over here. Let's see. I'm just reminding Facebook people, if you want to ask a question, come on to YouTube so I can see it bright and center. Nancy, my daughter said earlier, Mom, I don't want to die right now, but I'm so excited to know what heaven looks like. Very cool. Yes. You could start teaching her about what does she think heaven feels like too, and that doesn't like bring her closer to heaven faster or anything like that. It's just to really imagine the sense of peace and connectedness with everyone. Is the experience of heaven. That's what my whole book is about how to experience that. What is this thing called death? How, is it really real? How do we communicate with the deceased? Why do we? How do we bring more of that heavenly consciousness into our physical human experience? That's what my book is about. Jen said, yes, she's you. Then we're all screwed. Then we're going to have one moment, please. I don't have, Carolyn is saying I don't have kids either. Claudine is saying I get it. I had 3 kids. Oh my gosh, so funny. I adore them. My nephews think I'm the best and I'm a healer. So I think that's why I don't have kids, because I'd lose my shit if I had to be a parent. Totally. And you know what? I think having nieces and nephews, it's the best. You know why? Because as a woman, as their aunt, it's like you're their mother, but you're not. So it's like the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? Because you're like, you have this unbelievable love, which is the mother's love, but you're like, whew, but you're not my responsibility. I can totally freely love you and know that you're not going to end up on a therapist's couch going, yeah, my mom, she talked to dead people. And I had to like figure that out in my world. She yelled at me this one night when I made tacos. I was just hungry after I worked all day. You know, like that's what they're going to be talking about. Or they'll be like, my sons will be like bitching to their wives, like, oh my God, my mom, her voice is mad annoying. And I'll be like, some people like it. I don't know. That would be cool to know the date. You could have a going home party before. Oh, that's a nice idea. I'll invite you, Tom, to my home party, going home party. People will be like, oh my God, the aliens are coming to get us now. What is she talking about? Yes, for sure. It's you, and that's what makes you real. Real people lose their shit. Right, totally. Real people really lose their shit. Like, I'm so tired of the like, I would love to see Eckhart Tolle lose his shit. I would love to see the Pope, whom this current Pope I really, really do love. I'd love to see them like angry, you know, Thich Nhat Hanh or my God, Pema Chodron. I know she had children. I'd love to see them pissed. I would totally feel like, see, it's human experience. And even though part of what I'm here for is learning how to harness my anger and my reactivity. I'm very reactive personality. So I am working on my reactivity to things and just dialing it back and coming back to center. And some days I do really well at it. And some days I really don't. Oh my gosh. The Pope losing it would be interesting, right? Like the good popes. I'm, you know, that's like subject to debate, and we're not going to go into some spiritual, like philosophical, religious, political debates on here, where this is like our safe zone from that stuff on like Facebook and stuff. But yeah, I think I personally love this current Pope. I think he's so humble. So next week I will see you again. Don't forget, look at my Spiritually Speaking online store. I posted the links on my Facebook pages, my intuitive medium Deborah Hanlon and the Deborah Hanlon. Going home with Greg, is that what you mean, Greg? Going home with Greg? That's what I'm going to think you mean. Or do I lose it with Greg? What? Reactivity with Greg? That would be to Greg. What are you talking about? So next week, see you guys then. Meditation is off for this weekend, but we are going to resume that on the following Sunday. What else do I have coming up? I've kind of taken a couple weeks off of class planning, so I don't have any dates for the Mediumship 102. I don't have dates for upcoming classes, but I will in a couple weeks. My online store. Oh, my online school. I got a lot of online stuff, guys. So join me there. I'm enjoying it. I love it. It's like this. So have a good night. And I will hopefully see you all next week or on social media. Please, I love the interactions that I get with everybody. That's truly what makes my heart sing, of like, oh my gosh, there's people who want to know things and they want to ask me about it. Oh my God, I'll share them with you. I'll also share when I'm an asshole. So whatever. So the positive of losing your shit would be show your facets. How do you see the country world recovering? Oof, that's a heavy one. Physically recovering or spiritually recovering? Spiritually, I think this is the greatest thing ever that's happened spiritually for mankind. This quarantine, this connection for the globe. That's my short answer. But make sure you ask me that, Carol, next week in the beginning so that I can address it, because that's kind of a big question for later. So yes, Diane, Greg, he did a safe answer there. So that was smart. All right, you guys, have a good night. See you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to me. I like to talk, obviously. So, and thank you for letting me know my voice is not mad annoying all the time. So, good night, guys. Bye.